Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today is the day 9 for our PaloAltoPanorama series. So we are going to see how we can upgrade a panorama. So in this video, I'm going to cover what is upgrade, why we need to do it, what is the upgrade path that we need to follow for panorama and where we can find it out, what are the process to upgrade the panorama, what are the verifications that we can do after upgrading the panorama, right? So this will be really helpful for those guys who is working on panorama and they are planning to upgrade panorama. Basically this will be required for the compliance purpose in the company. So basically if you are upgrading to certain versions which will be provided by your compliance team or security team, whatever team that you think of, they'll give you a version where they sees that all the fix or all those they don't find any legitimate vulnerabilities which can affect the panorama. They will ask you to do that particular upgrade to that particular version. Okay, I have gone through those compliance things, so I know that is the reason I'm telling you. So this will be the tasks. Basically that will be a quarterly or half yearly or annually, something like that. So the task will be coming to you 100% if you are administrator of panorama. Okay, so I'll highly recommend you to please watch this video till the end so that you can verify these things and you can understand what you are doing it, right? And what is the process, what is the best practice that you can follow. Okay, and also I'll request you to please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. So without any further delay, let's get started. So friends, first of all, we'll understand what is upgrade. Okay, now in terms of networking, if I talk about the meaning of upgrade is getting something new with the higher standard. So basically what does it mean? Meaning that whatever machine that I have, I am going to upgrade to a new or a higher specs. So there are two type of upgrades. One is physical upgrade, okay, and the other is a software upgrade. Okay, in this video we are going to talk about software upgrade. So let me tell you about the physical upgrade, a little bit about it. Okay, now let's say you have a system, a machine. Okay, it has CPU, RAM, hard disk and all those. Now you are going to get a new machine. So what you are going to try it, you are going to take a higher machine because the target of getting upgrade of that particular physical machine is to upgrade the performance of that particular machine. Otherwise there is no need of upgrading that particular machine. So in this new system you will be having a new CPU, like the higher specs of CPU, RAM and hard disk and all those things, right? And maybe a different way of configuring, a different way of handling the traffic, right? Same way in a software, if you are upgrading a code from one to another, you are going to get some kind of features, right? Maybe something is not working in this code, but something will be working in this code. For an example, with this screenshot, I'll explain you. So in this, if you see the policy optimizer, you will be getting this option in Pan OS, I guess in 10. You will get a policy optimizer saying that no app specific, unused app, or the rule in which is not used in last 30 days, 90 days or unused rule. So with the help of policy optimizer, you can understand the behavior of the traffic in your organization. What kind of rule is working, what kind of rule is not useful. You can delete those rules which is not used in 30 days, what is happening, whether we need to keep that particular. So you can optimize the policy accordingly. But in case of this is, I guess, 8.0, you will only get that option to unused rule. You don't have any option to check the app, the unused app, or 30 days, 90 days. You are only getting, so the features that you are getting from this code to this code is, say, it is different. That is the reason you need to upgrade. The other features that you are going to get is the security update. Okay, so basically what happens is, if you're doing some kind of codes, right, if you're writing some codes, after some time there can be a vulnerability that maybe with the help of, will be there in that code. Okay, so basically what hackers does is, they will try to find a bypass or a loophole for this code. Okay, so the engineers, the coder will try to fix this vulnerabilities with the help of this his coding and all. So if you upgrade that from one code to another code, what happens is, there will be a security fix and there will be a feature upgrade as well. So this is why we need to upgrade, and this is what it is, an upgrade. Okay, so friends, now we'll understand what is the upgrade path for Panorama. Okay, with the help of these two screenshots, we'll try and understand. Okay, now before we upgrade the Panorama, we need to understand which is the target OS that we want to go, and what is the existing OS. So for an example, I wanted to move to 10.1. something, 10.1.12, 13, 1, 2, 3, whatever I want. Okay, and my existing OS that is running 9.1.1. Okay, so now I need to go on web. Okay, basically I need to go on web, I need to search. Okay, I'll just delete this out and upgrade. Okay, upgrade path for Palo Alto 10.1. Okay, so I'll get that particular link where I can go and try and search over here that what is right now. I am running 9.1.1 and this is my upgrade path. If I'm running 9.0. Something, this is my upgrade path, right? So this is how you can find it out, what would be your upgrade path. Okay, let me explain a little bit about this. Okay, so the target OS is 10.1.12. Right now you are running this. So what it says that download and install the latest preferred OS. Okay, what is the preferred OS? What is the maximum release of that particular code? So 9.1 has went to which kind of preferred version. So to find it out, maybe you can log into your customer login, or you can check over here as well. You can go to the device. As I'm going to Panorama, you can just search for download or the software. Okay, and then you can search for 9.1. Okay, what is the preferred version that you can see? 9.1.15 or H1. So whatever you want, you can download it and you can install it, right? So what is the maximum version that you have seen? It is 9.1.15. So you have to go and download first, and then you move to and you download 10. So 10.0.0. Okay, then now again you have to find the preferred version. Okay, so whenever you download this, you don't need to reload. Okay, reload, you are not required to reload. Whenever you download the latest preferred, you have to basically release, or so basically you have to reboot the device. Otherwise, whenever you downloading any kind of particularly any base version, so this is called as base version. Whenever you see 0.0.0 or 9.1.0 or maybe 11.0.0, this is a base version. For base version, you don't need to reboot. Whenever you do it for preferred, you have to reboot it. Okay, so basically now you here reboot was not required, here reboot is required. Okay, you only download. You have to only download it. That's all. Okay. Now you have to go and search for 10 dot. So I am going here and I'm searching for 10 dot. So 10 dot, basically 10.0. Okay. What is the highest version? 10.0.11. So what I'm going to do is now, okay, so here I need to write it 10.0.11. okay, this is the highest preferred version. Now you have to move to 10.1.0. okay, so you will move to this, and after that again here reboot is required. Again here reboot is not required, and then you move to 10.1.12 and then reboot it. So how many reboots required? 1, 2, 3. So if you are moving from 9.1.1, you have to reboot 3 times the Panorama. Okay, so Panorama or Palo Alto, whatever you want to, this is the way you have to follow it. Okay, now why we have to go to this preferred version, the highest preferred version, and then go to the base, and then, so what is the reason? Basically, whenever there is a new code that gets released, there is a new features that get added, right? So the format of that particular configuration file will get changed, not completely, little bit. So to match it, we have to have a base version, otherwise it will create a lot of problems. So whenever you are upgrading to new code, you always download the base version and then upgrade to the next preferred version. Okay, so this is how you have to follow the path, otherwise your upgrade will not be successful. Okay, so let's understand the process of upgrading the Panorama right now. Okay, so we'll hit the lab and then we'll go through the lab, upgrading the lab Panorama. Okay, so friends, let's hit the lab for upgrading the Panorama. Okay, so before we move on, we'll try and understand the topology really fast. This is our Panorama and we are managing the Palo Alto firewalls from this Panorama, and basically the Palo Alto firewalls are sending logs. We have a central log as well. Now we are in this lab, we are going to upgrade the Panorama and we'll see whether it is affecting the production traffic or not. We'll try and test it. Okay, so let me just rub this off and we'll move on to the console. Okay, right now the version which is running is 10.1.0. okay, we are going to move to 10.1.1 right now, because in upcoming video what I'm trying, I am moving to 11.0.1 or something. Maybe I'll go to 11 and then I'll be upgrading the Palo Alto firewall as well. Okay, so before we upgrade, we need to understand few things. Okay, basically whenever you upgrade Panorama, okay, you have to keep in mind always the Panorama version should be higher than the firewalls. Okay, it should not be lower than the firewalls. If you are keeping at 9.1.1, the Panorama will not be able to manage the firewall. It is not possible, because the format of the configuration what the Panorama will be sending to the firewall, it will be little different, which will be the version of 9.1.1, and the firewall will be running 10.1.1. In that case, it will not match and the configuration will not be deployed. So always the Panorama will be higher and the firewall will be lower, right? So always keep in mind. Okay, right now if I wanted to show you the version of firewall, it is 10.0.5 and it is for all the firewalls. Okay, so we are going to upgrade to 10.1.1. Okay, so for that reason we'll go to the Panorama section. Okay, and then we have to go to software. We are not going to go to device deployed software. No, we have to go to software. Okay, this is for Panorama, for firewall upgrades, and this is for Panorama upgrades. Okay, so right now what we are running 10.1.1. Okay, so we'll just try to search. So what is the highest version? That is 10.1.8. We'll not do that. We'll just do 10.1.1. Okay, so for that we just need to download, and before we do a download, we just need to check the disk. What is the how much the space the disk is having in Panorama. Okay, so let me log in through Putty and I'll check that. So friends, if I want to see the disk space, I just need to type this disk space. That's all. So system disk space. Now you can see that we have most of the spaces available right now. So we'll just try to download the image. Okay, and let's say if you want to study that what this image will provide you, something like that, like what are the changes that happened, so you can just see what are the new features that is introduced in 10.1, what is the latest known issues that you can find it out, addresses and all these things. Okay, so you can just go through this release notes. It will give you a lot of information, as well as what happens is whether those known issues, basically whenever you go here, okay, you have to find it out, known issues, and known issues is related to your production environment or not. You just try to find it out. Okay, if you are finding it out it has some problem with your environment, don't do that. Okay, now first we need to download it. Okay, now once you start downloading it, it actually gives, so I'll tell you what happens is, this is your Panorama for an example, and you are connected to internet. Let's say if you are not connected to internet, you can go and log into the customer portal and you can basically download this version. Okay, and you can manually upload it. Basically from here you can upload it to Panorama. If you have internet connection, you can directly download from internet to Panorama device. You can do, there are two ways. One is online, which is I am doing it right now, and one is offline, which you can download from customer portal and you can upload it. Okay, so let it download and then I'll show you what is the next one. So friends, now you can see that the software or the code is already downloaded. It is not installed till now. Okay, so basically before we install it, we have to make sure one more thing. We are getting the option to install, but before we do that, we have to go to release notes. Okay, and we have to search for the software version. What software version is that? You have to find it out. What is the version that is required for our thread and application? Okay, so we have to go here and we have to go to dashboard and we have to check whether my application version is matching with this or not. So 8408. Okay, so I don't need to. If you are moving from one software code to another, for an example, if you are moving to 1.10, or maybe if you are moving to 11.1.0 or 11.1.1, something like that. So in that case, you have to keep in mind that application version has to be same as well, or maybe to that particular version. Otherwise your image or basically the upgrade will not work. Okay, so for that reason what you have to do is you have to go to Panorama, you have to go to dynamic update, and you need to find it out. For an example, if I search for 11.0, okay, so let me go back to, maybe I'll just search it from here. So for an example, I'm not getting for, okay, for 10, sorry, 11. Okay, for 11, okay, what would my software version? So you have to go here and you have to go here. It has to be 8635. Okay, 8635. You have to go to Panorama and you have to search for 8635. And you have to, if it is not publishing, you just need to do a check now. Okay, so once you do the check now, it will actually pull all those versions what is available on the web. It will already, it will pull all those informations. Okay, so right now, what was the version? 8635. 8635. Okay, I guess we are unable to see over here. I guess that is not there. The latest one is 8648. Okay, that is a minimum one. That is it has to be there, but you have the latest one, which is 8648. So whenever you do that, you have to download it and you have to install it. Otherwise, what happens is the upgrade process will not be happening. Okay, so we'll go back to the download again, the software, and then you have to install it. Okay, so now this installation will go through this thing, the reboot process as well. So I might show you something. Okay, so maybe I'll just go here and try to open the console. Okay, so after some time, once this installation or starts, this reboot will be done. It will be triggered from this, so it will take some time. So once it is done, I'll start the video again. So friends, now you can see the installation has been done already. Now it is asking to reboot the particular Panorama. So once you click yes, now what happens is basically the Panorama will start rebooting now. Okay, and you have to wait for some time. Okay, now it is stopping. So in this scenario, what you can do is to check that, basically you have to ping this particular IP address. Okay, so I do generally in my production time, I will just put a ping NST. So once you see these signals, it means that the Panorama is reachable, or I do this basically. And then after that, once the rebooting starts, your ping will go off, and then once this like the networking process starts, you'll start getting the ping. So you will understand that Panorama has came back and you have to log into Panorama, but it takes a lot of time. Okay, so I'll just stop the video and I'll start it again once the reboot finishes. Okay, so friends, right now the Panorama is upgrading, and we'll try to basically check whether it is affecting the production traffic or not. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try to serve anything. Let's say I want to access google.com, so I'll just try to access, and I can see the Google is accessing without any issues. Okay, so it doesn't affect your production traffic. So whenever you want, you can upgrade the Panorama, but it's a policy repository. You have to keep in mind, if it crashes, the configuration will also get crashes for all the firewalls. So you have to keep in mind that. So friends, now you can see that the login has appeared, and we are started getting ping from the device. It doesn't mean that we will be able to log in right now. The underlying process is going on. The configuration and everything is setting up. So we have to wait for some time, and then we'll be able to log in it. Okay. maybe what I can do is I'll just try to refresh the page. Okay, so still it is not getting connected, but we will be able to see the ping is working right now. Okay, so this way you can verify the device is up. Okay, and then you have to wait for some time. So you don't have to worry about the device, it will come up. But in case sometime what happens is the device get crashes, in that case you'll not get ping, and then you have to connect to your local team, whether the device is properly rebooting. Maybe you can disconnect the power and try to reboot it or something. It went to maintenance mode, you have to send some field engineer or something. So there are so many ways you can track things, but this is what I do generally from remote end. Okay, so yeah, let it the process goes, and then once it is logged in, I'll start the video again. So friends, now I just logged in to the Panorama. Okay, and we will see whether the upgrade process has been completed successfully or not. Okay, so first of all we have to check. Okay, so right now the version that is 10.1.1. okay, this is good right now. We'll go to the Panorama and we'll verify whether all the devices are connected or not. Okay, all are sync and it is warning, that is we can ignore, and all are connected. We can see the start device status is connected and all are in sync. So this way at least we can verify the Panorama is successfully upgraded. And if you want, like, maybe we'll try to push anything if you want, and try to check whether the sync or the push of the configuration is working properly or not. So you can do a little bit of configuration and you can push it. This way you can verify. Okay, and guys, one more thing I forgot to mention, that as this was a lab, I have not covered it. So maybe if you are doing in production, take a backup of your configuration. That is must and foremost, and that is a priority before you do any upgrade or any changes. Okay, so always take a configuration backup first, and then you do upgrade or maybe rebooting. Okay, so this way we will be able to verify that we are currently running with 10.1.1, and all those we can see the devices are connected and they are in sync. So this is how we actually process the upgrade process. So first you have to take a backup, which I have forgot to mention. Second, you have to follow the upgrade path. Okay, and then you have to install the images installation. Okay, and then you have to reboot it. Okay, and you have to check the connectivity or image version what you are running, and maybe you can push a configuration to the firewall whether everything is working fine or not. So friends, this is what I wanted to cover in this video. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you have increased your knowledge, please do a comment. If you have any suggestion for my video, you can email me or you can send me a message on Instagram or Messenger, wherever you want. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.